The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
On this edition of The Dogs, we bring you all 6 first-round heats of the William Hill Springbok. We catch up with the story of a greyhound whose racing career was threatened by injury. And the second-round heats of the Emerald Cup from Coventry.
But first, we're off to the Houses of Parliament with Lord LIPSEY, Chairman of the British Greyhound Racing Board, for the launch of Top Dog, an exciting new competition which promises to showcase the very best of greyhound racing.
Well, Top Dog is a competition to promote great racing because it's promoting great racing that leads to great big crowds, great big betting turnover and great publicity for the industry, exactly the kind of things that our plan, Vision 2010, is all about.
So how does it work? Well, there are 33 qualifying events covering most of the year's major competitions. Points are scored in each, with maximum points awarded to big race winners. £25,000 goes to the top dog and top bitch, and an additional £25,000 to the overall top dog.
£50,000 even in today's inflationary world is not to be sniffed at. But I think the whole competition will catch the eye of the press because what they want is not a one-off story, as you tend to get, say, with the Derby, but a story which builds up through the year, preferably, if we can manage it, a close finish between 2 great dogs.
The launch was a great photo opportunity. Greyhound Racing's own top dog, Lord LIPSEY, the all-parliamentary group's Greyhound Go running whip, plus a shed load of BGRF cash. Perfect.
I mean, hopefully Top Dog will be a way of getting some national media coverage. You talk to any of the racing editors of the national dailies and space is so very tight and it's really hard to persuade them that we've got something to offer. And Top Dog and the logos and the dogs themselves and the whole branding will be something to really push.
With the help of the media, Top Dog will aim to make stars of our very best greyhounds. A few have become household names, but there's a constant need to spread the word and Top Dog will help to do that.
I mean, everybody talks about the halcyon days of the 80s, Skirlow Champ and Ballyregan Bob, but this year we've got a lot to look forward to. You've got Westmead Hawk going for double in the Derby and lots of other dogs coming forward as well to take his crown. So it's a real opportunity with Top Dog to try and get greyhounds back on the back pages of national newspapers where they belong.
The upcoming Ladbroke Golden Jacket at Crayford will kick off the Top Dog calendar for 2006. Points over the next 3 months can also be won with the Ladbrokes Arc at Walthamstow, the Ladbrokes Midland Puppy Derby, the William Hill Blue Ribbon, the Scottish Derby, the William Hill Pall Mall and the Coral Regency.
Coventry now, the Emerald Bookmakers Cup second round. First heat saw Bell Legend in Trap 1, the 4-5 favourite for Mark Wallace. Brian Clementson had 3 in the race, Shelbourne Pooper, Son of Phoebe and Cinnamon Girl. And away they go and racing out towards the first bend. Bell Legend getting a good start. Moving right out of the traps with Shelbourne Pooper. Son of Phoebe was slightly crowded. More trouble at the back there. 5. Away we went. Didn't get a clear run as they head down the far side. Bell Legend now challenged by Shelbourne Pooper. Good middle pace from Shelbourne Pooper. She's out in front now by 2 lengths from Bell Legend, who in turn is overtaken by Westmead Olivia on the outside. After these comes 4. Cinnamon Girl. They come round the final bend and up the home straight. It's Shelbourne Pooper. She's looking stylish here from Westmead Olivia. And back in third was Bell Legend. Shelbourne Pooper there recording 29.70, winning by a length and 3/4. On to Heat 2, and the favourite here in Trap 6 was Horse Barney, who'd rediscovered his form for trainer Andy Johnson in the first round. Running from Trap 6, he was sent off at 7-4. Racing up towards the first bend, and a good start here from one Iceman Ike. 4 Bally Brazil Hero is searching for the inside route though on the inside as they go around the turn. Oh, get terrible trouble there for trap 4 Bally Brazil Hero. Did well to stay on its feet. Oh, more bother there. The favourite He Horse Barney is backpedaling back in 5th now after trouble as they go down towards the second last bend, and Iceman Ike could be the surprise package here. Leads 2 lengths clear from Bally Brazil Hero in second. Then comes Blake's Wonder and Zigzag Dutchman as they come up towards winner line. Iceman Ike is going to hold them all at bay from 4 Bally Brazil Hero. Grabbing third was Zigzag Dutchman. Iceman Ike, a 10-1 surprise, winning in 29.95. On to Heat 3, and the favourite here was Ronnie's Champion for Mark Wallace, with Roxholm Silks in trap 3 sent off 9-4 second best. Local call in 1 was 3-1. And they're off and racing up towards the first bend. What a start there from 5 Verdun Katie. Pace now from Ronnie's Champion and Roxholm Silks. They go into the first bend, and it's Ronnie's Champion with the inside draw going on here from 5 Verdun Katie. Roxholm Silks slightly crowded back in third. These 3 trying to get away from the others. 6 Cooley Baloo trying to make a move, and so is 1 Local Call. They go around the second last bend, and at the moment it's Ronnie's Champion. He has a 2-length lead now from 5 Verdun Katie. Around the final bend, very wide there Ronnie's Champion, but still leading up the home straight. Ronnie's Champion wins from Mark Wallace. Second Verdun Katie. Roxholm Silks qualifies in third. Winning time was 30.05. Moving on to Heat 4, and the favourite here, odds on, was well tutored for Terry Dartnell at 4-11. Rabbit Smarty in trap 5, next best at 3-1, and it was 10-1 bar these 2. And away they go and racing up towards the first bend. Good start from 6 Smoothwood, but here comes the favourite, well tutored, showing pace up on the inside of Roman Herald in 2. A little bit of crowding at the bend, and 1 well tutored is on the bunny now and goes 2 lengths clear from 6 Smoothwood. Well tutored, who was so impressive in the first round, is out in front. This youngster showing good pace down the far side has now gone 4 lengths up on Smoothwood in second. After these comes 5 Rabbit Smarties. They come round the final bend, and it's 1 well tutored, latched on to the hare really early and wins here by a good 4.5 lengths over 6 Smoothwood in second. Well tutored going on to score in 29.67, the fastest of all the heats. Semi-finals taking place at Coventry on Wednesday. A well tutored, not so well drawn in trap 4 with Shelbourne Pooper and Verdun Katie either side. Second semi-final, good draw for Ronnie's Champion in 1, but Bally Brazil Hero hasn't he done well? He'll be heading towards the rails.
You may remember the story of CASTLEDALE Lad, a dog bought by an enthusiastic bunch of owners brought together through their work on Channel 425. Sadly for them, and more so for the dog himself, King, as he's known at the kennels, suffered a very bad wrist injury in his first trial, and the prognosis for his racing career was not good. With high hopes for a dog with a 3 from 3 race record in Ireland now seemingly dashed. 6 months later and things are looking up. The plaster's off and progress has been good at the kennels of trainer John Sawyer.
We're a small kennel here, we don't keep many dogs. John and I work together, and it's just the individual treatment, and bringing a lame dog back is very, very hard work. They do need individual treatment. You know, we've spent a lot of time with him, and we just do a few resters, and it's quite easy going here. There's no pressure of contract racing.
Slowly building up muscles around the injury was the first priority. This involves plenty of treadmill work and even more patience as sights get set on that first home gallop, a nervous time for all.
Unbelievable. I mean, your heart is just in your mouth, really. And obviously the first gallop is very, very frightening, and they don't always come off sound.
And what about in King's case?
He came off a little bit sore, and then you're all sort of elated when you go for your first gallop afterwards, and you think, oh God, he's a little bit sore, and you're really terrified. But no, you go through that stage. You keep going. He's been off a long time. He's going to have some soreness, and we just carried on treating him.
When you got him fit through galloping and the walking machine, you then decided, right, now's time to try him round a track. So where did you take him?
We took him to Ockenden track. It's a nice track, it's a safe gallop there, and when I've schooled dogs or when we've taken dogs there, touch wood, we've always been fairly lucky, so that's where we went.
That initial trial took place just a matter of weeks ago here at the Ockenden schooling track in Essex, run by Paul Blake. This is a scene of many an injured greyhound's first step back on track, and again the worry is whether the injury will hold this time around bends.
Well, the first step was to take him, obviously, to give him a hand slip. So he was started quite close to the first bend. He had a hand slip around the first and second bend and brought back to where I let him go. And that was the first stage, really. Obviously, if he went round the bend smoothly, if he came off reasonably sound, which we would know when we got him back to the kennel, we would then progress on to the next stage, probably week, 2 weeks later. He went into the traps next time and we were quite pleased with him then. Again, it's just a nice smooth run for him, no check-in. Again, came off sound, we were delighted. A couple of weeks later, back to Ockenden again. It's obviously weather permitting, because obviously we're trying to bring this dog back in a real bad period of time, when it's winter, when the tracks are hard. But no, we've been fairly lucky.
Now, the dog was bought as a potential open racer. He'd won 3 of his races impressively in Ireland, but his injury must have knocked him back a bit.
His injury did knock him back, yes, and obviously now, you know, we don't know how fast he is, whether it has really affected him. Just time will tell, really. We just take it nice and slow. Whatever grade he wins, it'll be a bonus. He's a good boy.
Well, let's hope Castledale lad continues to make progress towards his first race on British soil. We'll keep you posted in future editions of The Dogs.
After the break, we go to Wimbledon to see the novice hurdlers in action. Welcome back. The bright lights of Wimbledon attracted a healthy crowd on a crisp winter's night for the first round heats of the William Hill Springbok. In Heat 1, trainer Ray Peacock had the first 2 in the betting. Serendipity Dog in Trap 5 at 5-4 and Tally-Ho Rocket in Trap 1 at 6-4. Here comes the hare. And they're off and racing out towards the first flight. Over well is Trap 4 here. Storm Roy showing pace up on the inside. Tally-Ho Rocket as they go around the first bend. Trap 5, Serendipity Dog took an awful whack there from BORODALE Sonic, who moved off. Lug Hill Olivier slightly balked off the second bend. Down the far side they go, and Storm Roy has kicked on here by 3 lengths over Tally-Ho Rocket. Then comes 2 BORODALE Sonic and 6 Lug Hill Olivier as they come around the final bend. And it's going to be success here to Storm Roy. Just had to jump the last. Did a professional job. Wins. Close for second. Lug Hill Olivier and Tally-Ho Rocket.
Delighted with him, yeah, really are. You know, it was only an afterthought we put him in it, because he was schooling very well, but we took in the hove, he just wasn't jumping, just wasn't going at all. 31.20, then he went backwards and further. But then I said to the owner, I said, well, you know, because he desperately wanted one, because he's won it before, he had half a daily. Wally and that, and so we give him a try round here, and he went 28.70 first look, so we thought, right, we crack on with him here.
In Heat 2, yet another Matt who had run well in the trial stakes races was the 4-5 favourite. Second in the betting was Brave Charlie in Trap 1 at 7-2. And they're off. Slow start from 5, Senahula Gathi as they jump the first there, and good pace coming here from Magical Kingdom in yet another Matt, and yet another Matt goes on from Magical Kingdom. In third, Brave Charlie made a bit of a hash of the first flight. Back in fourth comes Mustang Parade. Jumping the next, and it's 2, yet another Matt. The odds-on favourite goes 2.5 lengths clear there from 3, Magical Kingdom. A further 3 lengths back to Brave Charlie, then comes Mustang Parade. They come round the final bend, and yet another Matt just has to jump the last, surely to win. Does it well. Trap 2, yet another Matt, the winner. Magical Kingdom second. Brave Charlie hung on to third.
He's jumping really well. It's his jumping that's winning in races. But yeah, just look forward to the next round now. Hope he gets a decent drawing.
Remind us what sort of class dog he was on the flat.
He won a couple of competitions. He won a £1,000 competition at Sitting Bull, and I think he won a £500 competition. He's 29 dead dog at Clonmel when he was in Ireland, so he's got pace.
Heat 3, KAYSERS Hill was sent off the 1-3 favourite for owner Ricky Holloway and trainer Tommy Foster, with Mike's Fortune second in for Bernie Doyle at 4-1. They're off, and stumbling badly out of the boxes was 2 Monk's Path mate. Swahili blew away well. Here comes KAYSERS Hill, though, up the first bend and barges his way through. Took no prisoners at that point, and KAYSERS Hill goes on from 4. Foreign Trip. After these comes 6. Swahili Blue. Good pace from Malarkey down the backstretch, trying to make up some ground on the inside. Oh, trouble there for 4. Foreign Trip badly hampered. Mike's Fortune staying on, but they're not going to catch KAYSERS Hill, surely. KAYSERS Hill for Tommy Foster round the final bend. Wins well. Mike's Fortune catches the eye, running on for second. Back in third, Malarkey.
Yep, very pleased with the way he ran. He missed his break a bit, moved middle, but certainly did the job. Jumped well and can't ask no more, really.
Not too worried that time was slower than the first 2 heats?
No, not really, because if you go that way, then he's got the fastest time out of a lot of them, 28.28. But, you know, it all depends on certain races is certain races. I think it changes, and in hurdle racing, I don't think the time really particularly matters, to be quite honest with you.
And what made you buy him?
Because I'd already bought one for it, Lodge Mentor, and he pulled an Achilles tendon. I love hurdlers, everyone knows I've got hurdlers and things like that. Oklahoma Joe was near on retirement, so I thought, well, when Lodge Mentor went out the race, I thought, well, I'll buy another one, and he was the one that was most impressive in the trials.
Yeah, I mean, he's run well enough. I mean, it's early days, first round, and obviously now we're in the semi.
You seem to move a little middle from trap 1, though.
Yeah, he slightly moved off, but he rails at the bend. So, I mean, I think that's the right place to put him on rail.
It's only the 3rd heat, but it was the slowest of the 3 heats so far. Do you worry about the time?
No. Winning is important. And I don't think for 1 second anyone has a look at the time once you've won a big race. I mean, you've won the race, and that's about all you can say about races. Let's win them. And if anyone wants to have a look at the time, have a look at Big Ben. He'll tell you the right time.
Heat 4 and sprinter Lenton Ace was the 4-6 favourite to win for Seamus Cahill. Jason Foster's Corbally Hero in trap 2 was second in at 4-1. They're off and racing away here. Slow start 6, Lenson Larson. Good start up to Tripesta in 3. Here comes Lenson Ace, early pace though, and that's going to take it round in front. Lenson Ace leads from up to Tripesta. After this comes DECHARDOM racing up on the outside. Not too far off the pace is Corbally Heroes. They jump the next. Lenson Ace now being taken on all the time by 3 up to Tripesta. These two go on here from 4. You had to check DECHARDOM. Oh, there's more problems there for Lenson Ace, and DECHARDOM comes swarming through along with Corbally Hero. DECHARDOM wins. Corbally Hero second, and back in third up to Tripesta.
I'm well pleased with him. We've had him since he's a pup, and well pleased with him. You know, we didn't know if he'd make hurdle at one stage, but we thought, well, we'd persevere. And we always thought he'd just keep nicking. He's a good qualifying dog because he runs on strong. Doesn't come away very well normally, but he's come away exceptionally well for him tonight. So perhaps he's better off in the middle than being wide.
Heat 5, and the odds-on favourite here was Polo Wood in trap 6 for Ray Peacock. Second in was Gotta Be Magic, the inexperienced runner in trap 3 at 2-1. They're off, and slowly away was Gotta Be Magic in 3. Good pace here from Polo Wood, and it's already out in front. Heading into the first bend, it cuts round in front here too. Star Caddyman couldn't quite get round on the inside as Polo Spirit worried it. Down the far side they go. Polo Wood by about 5 lengths here from Polo Spirit, jumping into second. There comes 2 Star Caddyman. They're leaving behind Gotta Be Magic as they come round the second last bend. It's Polo Wood out in front, but Polo Spirit is closing. There's only a length between them as they come off the final bend. Polo Wood hangs on from Polo Spirit, and getting up to be third there was Star Caddyman.
To start with, he was a bit, didn't know if he would take to it, but just clicked. So, and as for the other one, he's a homebred dog. We bred him ourselves, and he spent a little time with Michael Brennan out in Ireland. Obviously, you know, he's renowned for his hurdlers, and he's, you know, another one that's just took to it. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Couldn't be more happy.
In the final heat, there were joint favourites in Jet Tag and Senehal Leon at 7-4. Former Milton Keynes Derby winner Ardira Cross was next at 5-1. And they're off and racing up towards the first flight. Good start from Borodale Hawk on the inside. 2 Jet Tags searching for the rails. Here comes 4 Ardira across with 6 Senehel Leon. They're involved in trouble though, those two, as 1 Borodale Hawk moved off, but it leads by 2 lengths down the far side. Borodale Hawk, the leader here. Oh, terrible fall for Jet Tag at the first flight on the far side, and Ardira Cross has been hustled out of things at the moment as they come around the final bend. Borodale Hawk out in front. Here comes Lee Mount Jazz. It's Borodale Hawk for Tony Lucas. He's going to hang on. What a night for Tony. A treble up for Tony. Borodale Hawk wins from Lee Mount Jazz, and back in third, Senehel Leon.
So after tonight, of the 3, who's your favourite?
Storm Roy if he comes away, because I don't think there's been much in the competition to catch him if he's in front. He's very strong. But he's got the early pace, so 6 of one and half a dozen the other really. So as long as they all stay on their feet and they come back in one piece, like I do with these novices, you never, you know. So they jumped superb tonight, so I'm well pleased.
Well, after racing, they made the draw for the semi-finals of the William Hill Springbok, taking place at Wimbledon on Friday. 3 semi-finals, so just 2 go through. In the first heat, Polo Wood really caught the eye with his early pace. He'll be cutting in from 5. Mike's Fortune, well drawn in 6. Second semi-final, quite hard. You could expect that Borodale Hawk might move off at the first bend, giving Star Caddyman a clear run on the inside. Luck Hill Olivier caught the eye there in trap 5. And the third semi-final, the anti-post favourite, drawn in trap 1, Kaysers Hill, but a tough heat all the same with Polo Spirit and Storm Roy also in the heat.
Well, I think there's loads of dogs you could actually be impressed with tonight. Kaysers Hill obviously was impressive, even though the time wasn't that impressive. Storm Roy in the first heat was impressive for Tony Lucas. I was impressed with DECHARDOM as well, and even Polo Wood, the Ray Peacocks, but yeah, it's quite an open competition, I think.
Tremendous night for Tony Lucas, he got 3.
Yeah, he must be well pleased. Borodale Hawk winning the last there. Storm Roy was impressive, but DECHARDOM, out of the 3 of them, I was impressed with that. It was very strong coming off the last bend, and yeah, I think that could maybe make the final.
So you've mentioned a few, Derek. If we had to pin you down, who's going to win it?
Well, I think I need to go for a local dog. I've been impressed with Mike's Fortune. I think the dog needs 6. In 5 it just picks its way around the track. It's drawn 6 in the semi-finals, and I think that there's a bigger run to come from that dog, so yeah, I'll stick with Bernardow's Mike Fortune.
And if you think that Derek will be spot on, well, Mike's Fortune is 16-1 with the sponsors William Hill for the Springbok. Let's hear, though, from the Ladbrokes odds compiler, Richard Harkness, who's going to give us a charity bet to follow for the competition.
Looking forward to the William Hill Springbok. The semi-finals are on Friday. In the third semi-final, the anti-post favourite, Kaysers Hill, was drawn in 1, looks drawn to perfection. Sure to make the final, and he's going to be our charity bet for this week at the 5-2 with Ladbrokes, £50. Looking for dangers in the first semi-final, Polo Wood has showed tremendous early pace, and he looks the obvious danger, and he's the one who can make him all go in the final.
Coming up later this week, there's plenty of open racing on Thursday. Friday sees the William Hill Springbok semi-finals at Wimbledon, while on Saturday there's the Golden Crest semi-finals at Poole. Sunday sees a major meeting at Coventry with the final of the Emerald Bookmakers Cup promising to be a cracker, while on Monday the Ladbroke Golden Jacket kicks off at Crayford. For details of all these meetings, go to thedogs.co.uk. Coming up next week, there's live action on Sky Sports with the final of the Novice Hurdlers Championship, the William Hill Springbok. Join us then.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.